If you're planning on buying any cards from TCG Player, make sure you use our affiliate link right here in the description of our video to help support the channel. It's the best way to do it. Photon Store is the best place to get PTGO codes online with instant email delivery. They already have Darkness Ablaze available in bundles of 50 codes, single codes, and the pre-release promo box. What are you waiting for? Make sure you use Tablemon code for 5% off your final purchase when you're checking out. MillibotsGaming.com is the best place for you to find all the Darkness Ablaze singles you might need for your upcoming decks. Any alternatives, anything you need, make sure you get it at Millibots Gaming, and when you're checking out, make sure you use Tablemon code for 5% off your final purchase.
Tablemon.
Hello everyone and welcome back. Vegito, thanks so much for being here. You were the first one indeed. Thanks so much to everyone who is joining us today. We are going to be playing with more decks for the POG 2020 tournament in this Darkness Ablaze format. ADPZ, a personal favorite of mine, with the new inclusion of CROBAT B instead of Orangutan. I'm not 100% sure I want to make this change, but having a Pokemon that can draw you cards outside of Power Plant or not affected by Power Plant is pretty cool. With the Dark Acid you can draw until you have 6 cards, gives you a little bit extra dig when you're going first and you need to get that combo off on turn 1 so that you can go Altered Creation GX Plus with the Metal and the Water on turn 1. Vegito, you're playing Salamence VMAX with Porygon Z. Well, I mean, it's working just fine. I found that just Salamence VMAX was clunky, and the drawback of the attack forces you to have switch every turn, and the damage output just wasn't quite it. So I can't possibly imagine having a whole stage 2 to set up in order to complement it in order to make it work. Yeah, but if it's working for you, then that's great. Yeah. Velik Savage, thank you so much for being here. So we have ADP, we have Station, of course, with Intrepid Sword and Brave Blade doing a bunch of damage and drawing you cards. We have the new inclusion as well of the Duraludon. The Seedway is a new threat that stops. There you go, Velik. Thank you so much for joining. The new Decidueye stops GXs and VMAXs from attacking you, from attacking it. So you need a non-V and non-GX attacker in order to do that, or to bypass that. We do have the Power Beam attack, which does 110. With the bonus damage from Altered Creation, you do 140, and you have Grass Resistance as well. So you 1-KO Decidueye, you take 2 prizes off of them, and that also really helps in just finishing off that deck anyways, and very quickly. Alex, thanks so much for being here. The rest of the deck stays basically the same. I did have to reduce a count of Acrobike, a count of Spinner, and a count of the switching cards that we had in order to fit in the Duraludon and also the 2 big charms. And thanks so much for the follow. I can't read Japanese text, but thanks so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I do think you need to play 2 big charms in order to power up your ADP so that it can tank a hit from Eternatus and hopefully not go down on turn 2 to the big attack, and therefore you're able to use Ultimate Ray and establish a good board. So Big Charm has come in useful as well. If you checked out yesterday's video on the Sunday Open run I had, which was pretty epic, going 9-1 and bubbling 5th place in the top 4 cut, you'll see how the big charm actually won me. The 2 big charms actually won me the first round, and Tool Scrapper doesn't seem to be very heavily played lately, if at all, so it definitely makes a big difference. So let's jump into the ladder and see what we can do with ADP Station. Velik, enjoy your lunch. Thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you later. Probably be streaming for like a couple of hours. We'll see. Oh, there's actually a translation. So Milkshake0629. Thank you so much for the follow. That's I'm not sure if that's Japanese text. I imagine it is. Could be Korean, but I'm not 100% sure. Not an expert. But it says right here on the Twitch activity feed, milkshake0629, so I appreciate it. Alrighty, so we are going first. We do have the order pad and the acrobike. You'll see that there's no turbo patch, and 3346130007, thanks so much for joining. Okay, now we have two order pads. I don't have turbo patch in this. Turbo patch can't attach to ADP, so that's a pretty big deal. I'm gonna go ahead and establish a quick wall here. Right, start off with the quick wall so that I can grab my station. Now we do see getting our Mimikyu, so this could be Dragapult. More likely it's Mew3 Malamar. Right, that's way more likely. So let's try for the other order pad. That one is Tails. Now let's try for the acrobike. Okay, I'm gonna keep the quick ball because quick ball is draw next turn. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll keep the energy switch. Well, you know what? I could just draw more cards. Yeah, let's do that. It is my first turn. And honestly, okay, so I have the Dene and I have CROBAT for next turn. So that's why I'm gonna choose to Dene change for 6. I could have chosen to CROBAT for 6, but I feel like this is a little bit better. We'll bench the other station as well, and then I'll just go ahead and Intrepid Sword with this one. There's a water energy that we need. We do have 5 item cards or trainers, so if my opponent uses the GX and we top deck a trainer, we will end up losing our ADP, and that would be very problematic, right? That would be very problematic, so should I have considered not using the ability? Probably. Should I have considered also not or playing something else? I don't think I could have played something else. I'm not 100% sure. Charizard, yeah, 280 HP is actually kind of low now. Okay, so our hand gets shuffled. That's good. Yeah, that way I don't have to worry about that. Next turn, my opponent does go for the Horror House. That's completely okay. Okay, so given what I have right now, even if the 3 cards I draw are trainer cards, my ADP still survives, right? So knowing that, I think it's safe to Intrepid Sword, right? And I actually got an energy, which is fantastic. So I really wanna use the GX for the bonus prize, because then that means I just have to knock out like this guy and this guy for game, and that's pretty good, right? Or just like Mew3 and something else, but I'm not like in any rush whatsoever right now. I just need to find my water energy, that's it. Your emote still hasn't been approved, Alex. That's really odd. There must be something wrong with what you uploaded or something, because it's really odd. It's really, really odd. All right. Oh, nice. Nice top deck. Okay, so I don't really want a Marnie, right? What I could do, however, well, my opponent does have this attacker, so I guess I could just not do anything here. Honestly, that seems okay. Because if he attacks me for 150 and shuffles my hand by having a bunch of cards, that just means I get to the chance of him hitting both, like, Research and Marnie are low, and if I have Quick Ball, Research, and Marnie, no matter what 2 cards he chooses, I will always have a way to draw more cards next turn. So, bruh, thanks so much for being here. If you went back 5 years and told you that 300 HP is low in 2020 and that there's a global pandemic, would I believe you? Of course not. Charizard. 5 years ago, like 5 years ago right now, I would have been in San Francisco, no, in Boston, right, at the World Championships. I would have started Tablemon a month ago, right? So no, definitely I wouldn't believe you. I probably would believe the global pandemic more than the 300, more than the 300 HP, I guess. I'm actually not sure. Okay, so the cool part is that my opponent's gonna really like struggle. I don't want to get rid of any energies, honestly. Okay, so I will bench the station. I will quick ball. I'll grab the ADP just to discard it, right? I will attach to the active and I'll research. I'm looking for Great Catcher to KO this Gengar Mimikyu. I do not find it, however. I can still dig with the Dene. And that honestly seems very reasonable. Going like this, going like this, going like this, going like this, and then just Dene changing. I have my Great Catcher, I have Boss. And then as long as my opponent can't KO me, I also get closer to the to the Metal Saucers, which is fantastic. All right, so I'm gonna go on Great Catcher, right? That's what I need to do here. I'll bring this guy up, and then I'll do this, and then we'll go Brave Blade. We'll draw 4 prizes. And there's a chance my station even survives right now, so I think we're in a pretty good spot. As long as my 4 prizes are not trainers, we survive a 250 hit. No, we do not. But will my opponent risk it? That's the question, right? That is the question. What do I think of CROBAT? Is it good for the game? I mean, I don't like those type of questions. Like, does it matter if it's good or not? It's what we have, right? It's what you can use right now. It's what you can use. So, like, whether it's good or not is irrelevant, right? Who am I to judge if it's good or not? Yeah, it's a flippy card, so that balances out the broken effect in a way. Golden Gumi, thanks so much for the follow. Okay, so we are going to lose our station. So if I had, yeah, so we need to win this turn. So we need Boss and Metal Saucer, and our hand doesn't really allow for that. Yeah, I'm in a lot of trouble here. Okay, that's not helpful at all. Okay, that is very helpful, however. So this will get me CROBAT, right? So I need to thin my hand as much as I can. So let me think this through, yeah? So I can quick ball away the research for the CROBAT. Yeah, so it's quick ball away research for CROBAT, right? So having CROBAT already paying off, right? And then I go Great Catcher. Bring up the other dude. This is just to thin out my hand. And then I do this. And then the worst possibility that I could find off of Acrobike is Boss plus Metal Saucer. But if I find anything else, it's better to play the Acrobike now. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have played the Acrobike. Okay, well, actually, sure, I'll keep the Marnie, because maybe I'll mate to Marnie. Okay, so we have CROBAT for 5 to find the 2 cards we're missing. There's one, and there's the flip for the other one. Do we flip heads? No, we do not. 1 card short. 4 switches already used for my opponent. 3 psychic energy only, so 5. So he needs 1 attachment for a turn. Therefore, oh my god. Therefore, this is bad. So what do I do? Do I go Boss? He's out of switches. You could still have Air Balloon, right? He needs a Psychic. I don't even know. I really don't know which one's better. I think it's Martin. There's both Metal Saucers. Right, there's both Metal Saucers and the Eldegoss. So now we just hope that my opponent doesn't have the metal to, I mean the psychic energy to win the game. If he does, we lose. If he doesn't, we win. It comes down to that, you know? Literally just comes down to that. Out of her hands, I tried my best, yeah. Maybe I misplayed that acrobike though. Maybe I did misplay that acrobike. I'm not 100% sure. I'm doing well, Golden Gumi, thank you so much. So yeah, like, what's my opinion on Turbo Patch? My opinion would be it's a card that I get to use to try and win tournaments. And there's a psychic, yeah. You just had it. Oh well. Yeah, oh well. Not much we could have done there to stop that. I tried to play to win and I couldn't. Yeah. So that's my opinion on Turbo Patch. It's a very good card. Therefore, I'm gonna use it whenever I think it's going to give me the best chance at winning a tournament. Yeah, that's my opinion on the good card. The card has been printed, the card is available. There's no point in me trying to say or like dwelling over whether it's a good card or not. Does that make sense? Like, it's already been printed. I can choose to use it, so I will choose to use it whenever I can, and I think it gives me the best chance at winning a tournament. Outside of that, there's not much I can actually do or change on the card being either legal or the effect or anything else. So I'm not gonna dwell over it. Yeah, I think that's my approach. Yeah, that is my approach. And I also think that the card has been out for 5 days, maybe. So to say like every set, yeah, every time, every month, there's always a new card that people don't like, that people think is unbalanced, and that people want banned or gone from either format, standard or expanded. Yeah, I've been playing this game for 20 years. It's a never-ending cycle of such a thing. So am I really gonna like worry about it? Not really. Yeah, I'm really not. Okay, so my hand wasn't very good right there. I'm gonna go ahead and order pad. I do flip heads, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get quick wall. And then if I flip heads on this order path, that's going to be fantastic. No, not that lucky, Paolo. Not that lucky. Okay. So do I want to go CROBAT? Yes. No, I don't want to go CROBAT. I think I just want to daily change here. You just got a Mewtwo and Mew deck from a code. Nice. Nice. Have I been grinding my personal account for DAA cards, Charizard? I have not been able to just yet, no. This allows me to, no. Well, it allows me to thin my hand for the CROBAT draw, so I will take that. And then I'll do this, and I'll keep the boss, sure. Okay, so then I'll bench this guy, I'll attach this here, I'll do this. I'll grab the Zamazenta, I'll bench that, and I can still get a very lucky draw of CROBAT and get there. Ooh, that was close. Not quite, but close. Okay, so we'll get an energy attachment. That's always good, right? It gets us closer, but I already lost a metal saucer, so that's not good. I think we're gonna have to hope Zamazenta can pull through for us here. You want water energy banned from all formats? Yeah, so I don't know if that answers your question, bro. Like, I have a very different approach. I've been playing this game for 20 years. Yeah, I've seen absolutely broken cards for 20 years in this game. Yeah, I've seen broken cards get released every 3 months for the last 20 years. So at this point, it's like, that's not gonna stop. Yeah, the power creep is gonna continue in terms of trainers and Pokemon and even energy, right? Like double colorless. So either I can dwell on how it's ruining the game according to some people, right? Or I can simply play the cards that are broken and that will allow me to continue to win tournaments, win packs, win money, win travel awards, right? That's my focus. So I don't know. That's my personal focus on this. Yeah. Does it make sense? It makes sense to me. Yeah, it makes sense from me to me. So I think that's what matters. Okay, so thanks to the big charm, right, I will be surviving this unless my opponent gets like triple scoop of nets plus a switch. So I will not be able to attack with ultimate ray, but at least I'll be able to GX attack, right? Unfortunately for me though, my hand is completely dead afterwards, because that's just how this deck draws off of Marnie apparently. So we're gonna need a fantastic top deck after ADP is gone. And I really do mean a fantastic top deck. Or else I'm just gonna have to promote Zamazenta and Intrepid Sword and hope my opponent whiffs Boss's Orders for a bunch of turns. Or you can simply Boss's Orders right now, which actually makes me kind of happy. I don't know why he would do that. That feels like a bad decision, like a very bad decision on his part. That actually is a bad decision on his part. Because if he had just knocked out the ADP, he would stop the ultimate ray, he would stop be powering up the Zamazenta, and he would have the Boss's Orders so that next turn he could play around the Zamazenta. So that was an awful play by my opponent. One that might be very costly for him. Right? I mean, the game's still gonna come down to Boss's Orders. If he has back-to-back Boss's Orders, then... Well, not back-to-back-to-back. If he finds another Boss Orders, he wins, right? If he finds another Boss Orders right here, he wins. Especially if I just don't draw Marnie or anything to stop him. But what can I do? No, literally nothing I can do to stop that. He's gonna get 3 more prizes. He already has 7 cards in hand. The chance of him having a Boss's Orders already are pretty high. He has 3 CROBATs, so he really wants to beat the Siduan, right? He really doesn't want to lose to the Siduan. Plays Dangerous Drill. Oh my god. Well, I mean, doesn't change anything really. Actually doesn't change anything. That was gonna happen anyways, right? That was gonna happen anyways, and then that's gonna be it. Wow, he actually does have a switch. Well, I mean, it still doesn't change anything, you know? If he has boss, he wins. Condor, this song is this one. That's the song. Okay, so I top deck Metal Saucer, that's not good enough. We'll just Assault Tackle, and then my opponent will say, well played, because he already has the Boss's Orders in his hand, because they always do. Energy Switch, not great cards to get. I was hoping for Tetene, right? Promotes the Eternatus. Reset Stamp. I am very happy that you do that. Attaches energy to the Koopa. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 abilities. Draws 2 cards with CROBAT. Okay, so I have 4 abilities in play. That's gonna be 100. No, that's 90 damage. That's nowhere near enough for a KO. So my opponent has not played a supporter this turn so far, right? Oh well, there it is, never mind. Okay, so now I need him to draw the boss. I need him to have the boss right now. So then I'm gonna Marnie him out of the boss. That's the only hope. Yeah? That's the only hope. Okay, so let's attach. Now let's Marnie. Because I can't win this turn, I didn't get boss. Therefore, let's try and stop my opponent from getting the boss himself. And I still didn't get boss, however. So it's Assault Tackle. Now we see the well played or not yet? Can I get the denim? That's not the denim. That's also not the denim. Wow, I had 2 metal saucers priced and I discarded 1 on turn 1. I was never gonna get the turn 1 GX attack. I didn't check, but that's crazy. Okay, so now my only hope is either I top deck boss, right? What do you think of Mewtwo variants for Pog, Luna, Lutra? They seem okay. The HP is a little scary because it's low, right? When dealing with Eternatus and whatnot. Power plants seem to be a little popular as well. But Mewtwo is definitely not targeted heavily right now, and there's no more Dragapult, so it could be a good option. Yeah, could actually be a good option. Could actually be a good option. Okay, so my opponent decides to pass. No boss top deck for me. Okay, my opponent did not play a supporter last turn. Therefore, we know that he doesn't have the boss in his hand, right? So unless he top decks the boss, yeah, he just drew cards. Puka was knocked out, I took prizes, he played a quick ball, he drew Eternatus, attached energy, and passed. Okay, so the only way I can't KO the Eternatus, right? The only way I can find boss is if I flip heads and find Acrobike, right? And off of the Acrobike, I can find the boss, right? Okay, so not quite. Jarvis, Coker, thanks so much. Not quite still. Not quite still, so I guess I just research them. I'm just gonna research, get to the boss, and then attack. And then I'll play the metal saucers, sure. And then we'll just research and attack. And then if my opponent top decks boss, he wins. If not, he loses. I can just play out everything that I can in case I get reset stamped yet again. I don't have anything else to search for. Don't believe my opponent can attack my hand, so just getting rid of all the fluff, we'll attack. And it's really weird that the game has come down to a boss. But see, this is where my opponent just knocked out the ADP earlier. He just really wanted to do the fancy remove the tool and get the knockout mid-turn. But because I was able to just promote Samazinta, it didn't help him at all. Yeah, if he had saved that boss earlier, then he would have won by now. Right? Because he's played 2 bosses, I believe. No, he's played 1 boss only. Oh well, I don't know. I still think that was a big mistake. Yeah, I still think that was a big mistake. So yeah, my opponent, I don't think he got it. Right? So we'll end up winning. I don't think he got it, so we will end up winning. He will poison me, or he might try to. If he poisons me, then I don't even need boss. This is silly. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. Now I just retreat and knock you out and win. Right? Now I don't even need the boss. That's just silly. Why would you do that? Yeah. He misplayed big time. Probably did, yeah. He wanted to get fancy with the Dangerous Drill, and that was kind of not great, right? Kinda not great. Alright. Valley, I live in Mexico. I'm Mexican. I'm from Mexico. I live in Mexico City. Yeah? I should play Seeking for Pog. No, I don't think so. Alrighty, so ADPZ, it's as good as ever. I did like the CROBAT in these 2 games. I think it's gonna stay over the Orangu. It just gives you that extra bit of draw, right? And it's not weak to, it's not stopped by power plant, which is a pretty big deal. And so I'm gonna move on to Picrom. Yeah, the Picrom deck that ended up winning the Sunday Open, the tournament I got 5th place in just 2 days ago. Okay, so don't go anywhere. I will be right back in just a second.